then have some thoughts from our student athletes. We'll let them go, and then we'll finish off with Coach. Coach, go ahead.
First off, congratulate Minnesota State. They had a great year. We knew it was going to be that kind of game. It was another tight hockey game, which is the third one with them. But I don't know, that was hard on the ticker. I'm getting older, 53. But really, really proud of our team. I thought resiliency, the ability to come back, you know, not just only from the 2-goal deficit, but to stay composed and go back out there and get the winning goal. So all the credit goes to our guys. I thought they battled. It was a really good hockey game. From the second period on, we were a pretty good team, and just obviously real excited to be moving on.
Coach, thanks for that. We'll open it now for our student athletes, Nick Swaney and Parker Mackay.
Now, else for the Mr. Parker, can you take us through kind of that emotional roller coaster of overtime there, where you guys thought you had it won, Minnesota State had a great chance, and then you getting that turnover?
Yeah, it was tough. Anytime you can experience those kind of emotions, it's hard to kind of settle them down again and try and take an even keel. But that's what we expressed in the locker room. Is that's what we wanted to do, is continue to stay even the entire game, even when we were down 2-0. So it was definitely a huge response for our team.
Parker, you've been a part of things. This might scare Scott more again. You're 4 overtimes down in the last 5 regional games over the last 3 years. How does this one compare to those other ones? This one the most unique so far?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously with that goal, I think. But other than that, pretty similar. When we went back into the locker room, we tried to settle things down. We were feeling pretty confident, but we didn't want to get too complacent. It was still going to be a tough game to end.
Did you guys feel pretty confident going into OT with the overtime experience you've had in this tournament in the past?
Yeah, for sure. I think we used that experience.
Parker and Oliver Francis from Seymour Sports. What adjustments did you guys make after the first period, trying to bounce back and trying to get back into it?
I think we just knew we needed to stick to our game. We might have came out, got the jitters all the first period. We're down 2-0, but I think just like Coach said, resiliency, just stuck with it, and we knew good things were going to happen if we keep playing Bulldog hockey.
Nick, what was the key to that power play goal? It seemed like maybe getting a few chances out there earlier in the game helped you guys maybe develop some rhythm for that late chance in the third.
Yeah, for sure. I think that we'll start with the zone entry. That's big, obviously. So got the zone, got it set up, and I think Jared just made a great play across the ice, and fortunate to find the back of the net.
The zone entry, what was kind of hanging things up for you guys earlier? Was it just the way Mackay was playing you guys, or?
I guess, I think that just like we talked about earlier, I don't know, it might not have gone great the first couple times, but we just stuck with it. We just worked it out.
Anything else for our student athletes?
Rich made a great play to the center, and I was fortunate enough to be coming that way with some momentum, and they've been doing a good job of blocking shots all night, and so I was just trying to maybe fake it out and see if there was a shot lane, and sure enough, trying to get pucks on net and went in.
Parker, their ability to get in those shot lines, I thought maybe that kind of held up that first power play opportunity you guys had. What allowed you guys to kind of break through after that first period? Because it seems like you guys were, getting around and through those shot lanes, but maybe they weren't there in the first.
I think just realizing how good of a job they were doing, maybe just throwing a quick juke in there and just sticking with it, like Nick said on the power play. We talked about it earlier before the game, just sticking with the process.
All set? Nick, Parker, thanks. We'll let you back to your locker room. Locker room will remain open to media until 10:23. Bulldog locker room until 10:23 to media, and then we'll open it back up for questions now for Coach Sandelin.
Scott, how important was Carson Pullman to get you guys jump started in the second? Maybe I think you made a few plays there even at the end of the first. Some good efforts.
Well, he's been doing it all year. He's done that in quite a few games where he's just kind of taken the team and said, "This is how we're going to do it." But there was no panic on our team. Even the first period. We talked about this last couple of days. Just kind of keep knocking the door down, right? Just stay with it, kind of like these guys said. And I think our team did that, and we made a couple adjustments in the neutral zone transition, and I think the power play, just so you kind of alluded to, I mean, I thought we helped them defend, because I thought we shrunk right on top of them, and thought we looked good, but we came down right on top of them, and again, they do block a lot of shots. I think we had 21 blocks too, so I'll talk about that, because I think our guys did a great job too. But our captain has been, Matt, from the last, there's some games where we needed a spark, and he's provided that, and he had a couple opportunities earlier too, so that was a great effort goal. He had a chance earlier that didn't go in, and he's again stayed with it, showed the speed, but he shows why he's our captain too.
What was the message to the team after the first game?
Not a lot. You know what? I thought we didn't hit the net a lot with shots. We talked about just not trying to be too perfect. Just trying to create some second opportunity. Just get pucks on that. Sometimes guys just try so hard to wait for the perfect spot or try and score on every shot, and there's a time and a place for that. But sometimes you just gotta get pucks towards the net, and we talked about trying to create some opportunities around there by doing that. And I thought, we only had, I think, 4 shots, maybe 5 shots in the first period for a while, and we sometimes you just gotta put it on that, and hopefully you get guys going there. And I thought we did a better job of that in the second period. I thought our second period was good. I thought we were moving our feet and had a lot of ozone possession time, and even though we didn't get maybe as many shots as you like, it was better. But I think it was something we still got to work on.
Dane DeGray, College Hockey News. When the first goal went in overtime and you saw they started to review it, what did you think? And when they disallowed it, how did you regroup the team?
Well, after they celebrated, when they came back to the bench, we just, I just said keep focused on it until it's official, and the guys did a pretty good job. I'm really proud of them for that. That's not an easy thing to do. Funny thing is, Dylan Sandberg went through that last year in the state high school tournament, except he scored the game winner. So I said, you're the only one that has experience with that. But I thought our guys really did a good job of kind of refocusing and going back out there and scoring shortly thereafter. That's not an easy thing, because I know I was pretty excited after the first one. I think all my excitement went out, and then we scored the second one. I was excited, but not as excited as the first time. But our guys did a great job with just kind of getting refocused quickly.
Scott, how important was, we talk a lot about the youth of this team, but how important was having veterans like Carson Pullman and Jared Thomas to be there to kind of help lead Parker Mackay, kind of help lead this team through the ebbs and flows of this game, going down 2-0 and into overtime and such?
Well,
where did those guys maybe experience coming along?
You always rely on your leaders, your older guys, and we talked about Carson. I mean, I thought that line was good the whole night. I thought Jared and Carson and Nick were good. I thought our other lines were fine, but that line was really good. You have to rely on that, but I liked their demeanor tonight. I liked our team's demeanor. There was no, last weekend we got frustrated really quickly. So hopefully, that was a good learning lesson. Tonight, even though, we got down a couple goals, they just kind of stuck with it. And we needed something good to happen though, because we'd been struggling offensively, and once we got that first one, I think that kind of came back, and I think it showed. And we played a strong second period, and third period was a good period. I thought they played better too, and fortunately we got the equalizer and won the game in overtime.
How do you think tonight's sort of, like you said, learning how to be patient? How do you think that patience is going to help you out tomorrow?
Again, different game, different set of circumstances. I don't know. I mean, I know our guys are pretty excited to be moving on, and we'll just prepare them as best we can, and hopefully some of that momentum and that excitement. I mean, I got to believe Air Force is in the same boat. They won a big game today, so we all know what's at stake. So we'll see. Again, it's a 60-minute game, and just like tonight was, we'll see what happens.
Can you compare it or contrast it to last year's semifinal game, the Friday night game where you went to overtime?
No, I think like Parker said, I mean, they're all kind of similar. I mean, you get to this stage of the year and, you know, when you do go to overtime, I mean, it's, you know, for one team, it's the next shot's gonna win, but, you know, it's obviously great to be on the winning end of it. Well, last year we were fortunate in both games to be on the winning side of it, so this year was another one of those, so. I would say they're all similar, because they're all positive outcomes, but I thought it was a good hockey game, and I knew it was gonna be that kind of battle, and came down to, you know, us getting a break.